What avoid when dating each introverted Myers-Briggs type? These are the primary red flags to look out for while dating an introverted Myers-Briggs personality type. When dating an introvert, there are a few dangers to avoid. Take it from me, been there done that. Already have someone on your dating radar but are unsure if the attraction is reciprocal? Then you really need to watch this. While you may be hesitant to come out and question your new love interest, what is your Myers-Briggs type? At the very least, you'll be prepared when you learn what it is. Before we dive deeper into this, please remember to subscribe because we donate $1 for each new subscriber each month to www.savethechildren.org. So by just being part of this community, you can save the children too. What not to do when dating a Myers-Briggs Introverted Type INFJ. Avoid being impolite or immoral. INFJs are generous, principled, and gifted communicators. They are driven by their strongly held ideals and values to do good for the world and the people they care about. They frequently worry about the big things, such as the fate of society and the universe, and strive to do what they believe is fair and just, sometimes at the expense of personal gain. With INFJs, you'll want to avoid any unpleasant or immoral behavior, such as treating a waiter or others on a date improperly. They hold themselves, and those closest to them, to a higher standard than other personality types, possibly even more so. It's critical to treat them and others with respect and regard. Otherwise, you risk being on the receiving end of the famed INFJ door slam, in which they label you poisonous and exclude you from their lives. Additionally, you may hear the term narcissist. As the most uncommon Myers-Briggs personality type, accounting for perhaps only 1 to 2% of the population, INFJs frequently feel misunderstood and out of place, which is why you should refrain from pointing out or criticizing their eccentricities. They value those who can reciprocate their attentive listening and make them feel fully understood and welcomed for who they are. INFP. Avoid being judgmental or dismissive. INFPs are optimists who are constantly on the lookout for the good in people, even in the most trying circumstances. They can always find an excuse to empathize with another person's motivations and extend them the benefit of the doubt. They are tolerant, receptive, imaginative, and spiritual. INFPs are typically highly sensitive individuals, HSPs, who have a strong ability to feel and digest information. They desire someone with whom they can be completely emotionally open, revealing their most intimate thoughts and feelings and developing a strong connection. You'll want to avoid being critical, since they require time to develop trust and connection before opening their emotions. Once they have done so, they like discussions about ideas and creative endeavors such as art, music, photography, literature, and other pursuits. Additionally, because INFPs abhor any forms of bullying and belittling, it is critical to avoid putting down or mocking people in their presence, particularly the disadvantaged or defenseless. Otherwise, you risk being ghosted while attempting to organize a second date. Rather than that, you might demonstrate your kindness and altruism by assisting a homeless person or accompanying them to volunteer at a soup kitchen. INTJ. Avoid engaging in emotional mind games. INTJs are analytical, intuitive thinkers who are meticulous planners. They project an air of peaceful assurance, intellectual understanding, and wisdom. For example, they are the type of person that can cut through the clutter of whatever issue you are dealing with and communicate just what has to be done. Have a disagreement with a coworker? Your INTJ dating interest can offer guidance. It's critical not to engage in emotional or manipulative mind games with them throughout the dating phase, such as pretending not to like them or purposefully taking a long time to react to a text in order to increase their desire for you. They, like themselves, value those who are reasonable, honest, and straightforward. If not, they may simply cut their losses and go on in their characteristic calm manner. Additionally, you'll want to avoid breaking their confidence by flirting with or dating another person concurrently. Due to the fact that lack of loyalty is frequently the #1 deal breaker for INTJs, you'll want to establish that you're someone they can trust. You'll also be unable to glimpse their soft side until they trust you. This is going above and above to demonstrate your dedication to them and them alone, such as by demonstrating that you're constructing and planning for a future together. INTP. Do not anticipate them to be able to read your mind. INTPs are the Myers-Briggs world's ultimate philosophers and independent thinkers. They are rational, objective, receptive, imaginative, unique, trustworthy, and low maintenance. They are occasionally referred to as the warmest robots, despite the fact that they do not have the most emotionally expressive personalities. Not ones to sugarcoat things, they may create unpleasant silences in conversations, but you can always rely on their candor. You're curious as to what they think of your new sweater. Only inquire if you are capable of handling it if they do not approve. Additionally, it's critical to understand that the world of emotions and feelings is a weird place for INTPs, and they may miss emotional cues and sentiments that others take for granted. They are typically in their minds, engrossed in an analytical state of ideas, hypotheses, and experiments, and hence are not as receptive to external cues. Therefore, it is critical to be patient and direct while communicating your feelings to them, since they will not be able to read your mind. Otherwise, expecting kids to automatically comprehend these concepts will certainly disappoint them. Additionally, you should avoid being irrational and illogical. INTPs thrive on logical consistency, and are irritated by those who do not communicate or conduct logically. This can involve angry outbursts during an argument or irresponsible activity that jeopardizes your relationship or future. ISFJ. Do not overlook traditional dating traditions. ISFJs are empathetic, dependable, and patient, and are constantly willing to assist those around them. For instance, if you're having a rough day, they're the type to bring you a platter of handmade cookies. Underneath their gentle and unselfish attitude comes a strong and unwavering commitment to safeguarding their loved ones. When dating an ISFJ or meeting for the first time, it's important to adhere to established customs. They are individuals who appreciate traditional dating rituals, finer refinements, such as the exquisiteness of afternoon tea, and the opulence of a fine restaurant as part of the classic dinner and a movie date structure. Being quick to criticize the way things have always been done can be off-putting to ISFJs because it feels disrespectful to the cultural norms and societal institutions they place a high premium on preserving. Additionally, you should avoid shocking them on a regular basis. It would put them in a position where they are unsure of their ability to react. Predictability provides individuals with a sense of security, since they know what to anticipate. ISFJs are self-conscious about being awkward, which is compounded by the fact that they typically live in their memories of the past, which means that any awkward experiences may haunt them in an endless playback reel. ISFP. Do not rob them of their liberty. ISFPs are spirits that are creative, artistic, and spontaneous. They are extremely individualistic and take delight in thinking outside the box and shattering stereotypes and classifications. You can tell by the way they flaunt their individual style of attire. They are frequently faithful to themselves and their artistic expression while being unconcerned about what others think. As courageous and open as ISFPs are, they sometimes take time to reveal their most intimate ideas and feelings with new people. They fear that if they expose their true selves to you, they would be judged. As a result, it takes time for them to warm up to you. For instance, displaying their humorous side and fearing that you would not take them seriously, or waking up the next day with a desire to experience life as an entirely different personality. Even when they are at ease with someone, they require time to themselves on occasion. They want partners who will not stifle their freedom and individuality or coerce them into being someone they are not. Otherwise, you might anticipate animosity and a strong desire to flee quickly. ISTJ. Avoid being irrational or unpredictable. ISTJs are trustworthy, accountable, and keep their promises. You can rely on their word, trustworthiness, and devotion to the long term, especially during difficult times. If they schedule a dinner date for 7 p.m., you can be certain they will be on time, if not a few minutes early, and will have checked and studied the menu in advance. Bear in mind that their emotional apathy does not always translate into a lack of interest. They are not the sort to smooth-talk you or constantly praise your appearance or how much they like spending time with you. Rather than that, ISTJs demonstrate their love and gratitude mostly through the love languages, acts of service, such as performing household tasks or giving you a cushion to make you more comfortable. Additionally, if you ever find yourself desiring a stronger emotional response from them, it is critical to avoid being overly emotional in communicating your desires. Rather than emotional outbursts, they seek partners that demonstrate dependability and reason. They'll appreciate some spontaneity, in moderation, to assist them in breaking out of their shells, but not too much. Otherwise, they will label you as unstable and untrustworthy. ISTP. Avoid being overly emotional or needy. ISTPs are upbeat, calm, and go with the flow people with a strong sense of humor who are also adept with their hands and tools. They may be carefree 1 minute and then in crisis mode the next, like when something breaks down and needs to be fixed, such as their computer or sink. Additionally, ISTPs are very autonomous personality types that dislike persons who are too needy or clinging. For any Avatar fans reading this, consider Toph, an ISTP character from Avatar, the last airbender who chooses to retire to a swamp in order to spend months away from humans. To summarize, ISTPs appreciate when individuals have their own interests and hobbies and can provide them with the space they require to recover and enjoy extended amounts of time alone. Additionally, it can be challenging to contact them via phone or text message, since they are masters at avoiding social contact. Additionally, you should avoid getting overly emotional, another ISTP pet complaint. ISTPs are straightforward, no-nonsense individuals who despise it when their date overreacts emotionally, such as by waxing lyrical about pals or job turmoil. You are unlikely to find a sympathetic ear in an ISTP. If you've avoided these dating traps and ended up together, you can read each introverted Myers-Briggs type's biggest relationship pitfall to gain a better understanding of one another and how to stay together in the long run. Wait for that video. And that is it for today, hope you liked it. Before you go, please remember to like and subscribe because we donate $1 for each new subscriber each month to www.savethechildren.org. So by just being part of this community, you can save the children too. See you again soon.